Laura. I'm gonna have to keep this pretty short today because tomorrow I have a physics test worth 10% of my mark and a calculus test worth 22% of my mark, which is pretty damn scary. Anyway, I realized that I don't think either of us have talked about classes yet, so if you have, I'm sorry. I will go rewatch the video and remember in the first place. Anyway, sorry. As I said, tomorrow I've got a physics quiz technically. I don't know what kind of quiz is worth 10% of your marks, but whatever. And a calculus test, which is a very important test. It's one of 2 midterms that we have for calculus, but on a broader scale, this semester I am taking physics 1070, introduction to physics for life sci, elements of calculus 1, biology of managed ecosystems, general chemistry. Emily, what's our chemistry?
Chemistry, introduction to chemistry 1 or something?
Yeah, intro chem 1, something like that. And introduction to psychology. Overall, I really like my classes, with the notable exception of calculus, which Calc and I have an off-off relationship. I'd say it's on-off, but it's never really on. And physics is okay most of the time. Basically, I don't like the math. But biology is fascinating. So far, we're currently discussing macronutrition, so nutrition, animal nutrition, focusing primarily on ruminants so far, so like cows, deer, sheep, that kind of thing. But we've also discussed nutrition on a cellular level, and we've talked a lot about plants, like plant reproduction. That's all I remember. I should review that because I've got a midterm on that in a week. Lots of plant stuff that's like how plants are used agriculturally, but then focusing on the scientific part of that. So the way that different crops reproduce is really important, and that gets especially important when you get into genetic modification, because that's a video for another time. Anyway, physics. I'm not so fond of physics right now because we're doing mostly waves, and that has to be my least favorite part of physics. We've done a lot of stuff on sound waves, a lot of stuff on light waves, and we're just starting to get into, since we've done like the wave nature of light, we're starting to get into the particle nature of light, which I find a lot more interesting. We're also doing stuff like that in chem. Chem has been mostly review up to this point. It's been like stoichiometry, just doing a little bit of equilibrium, gas laws, molecular structure, periodic trends, that kind of thing. And what class? Psych. Psych has been actually fascinating. It's a really fast-paced course. There's a lot of content. We're studying a lot of stuff on perception right now, which is so interesting. But we've really covered like a lot of history of psychology, history of different like psychological trends, how did the field evolve. I find it really fascinating because it's one of the newest scientific fields. Like, there are people who are the leading figures in like the development of psychology who've died in the past 10 years. A lot of them. So I think that's really cool. Calculus is awful. We don't get a calculator in calculus, and I hate it. I hate it with a calculator, but without it's even worse. I can't do math in my head. I can't divide decimals. I can't multiply decimals. I hate fractions. I hate division. I hate multiplication. I hate calculus. I hate graphs. I hate it all the time, which is why I haven't done it, which is why I'm panicking, because I have a midterm tomorrow. So on that note, I'm going to go study for my calc midterm. Love you. Bye.